All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Tuesday morning yoga in the park. I'm Tommy. I think I know much of you next to you here. Guiding you through your practice this morning. Wonderful to see all your faces. It's been cooling down a little bit, which is nice. We had that big, beautiful full moon last night. So I thought we would do a moon salutation class. So typically our practice for vinyasa is centered around Surya Namaskara, sun salutation, building and stoking that inner fire, front to back, up and down, a lot of movement. Today we'll be doing Chandra Namaskara, moon salutation, moving side to side, slowing things down, a nice soothing, cooling practice, tapping into that yin side, the feminine energy. So let's begin in child's pose. And go ahead and grab your blanket. If you've never done this in child's pose, even if your hips aren't super tight, I really like this as an option. Bring the knees wide, then place that blanket folded right on the heels there. Just gives you a little added support, a little cushion. And then it gives you a little bit more space. Walk the fingertips forward, and then just begin to melt down through the heart. Release the shoulders. Start to stretch out the front side of the body. And then just work the hips back towards the heels a little bit more. And then bring your forehead down to the mat. Make that connection with the third eye. And just begin to use this shape to tap into the breath. Begin to lengthen out that inhalation and exhalation to a count of 4 or 5, whatever feels comfortable. So nice inhale through the nose, draw that breath in over the back of the throat. Just beginning to bring that breath into the corners of the body we don't normally pay attention. Typically breathing that shallow breath in the top portion of the chest. So just beginning to draw that breath into the side ribs, center of the back, down into the belly. Not forcing anything here. And to soften the tissues of your lungs. Begin to draw out that exhale. Just let it help settle into this shape, settle and land in your practice. Into the moment. Just trust that you made the right choice this morning to honor your body, be here. Place of surrender and solitude, compassion and non-judgment. Just make that commitment for the next hour to honor your practice, listen to your body, modify your practice as needed. Begin to tap into that rhythm of breath. Beginning to channel that calm, feminine yin energy. So picture that bright, beautiful full moon, cooling essence in your mind's eye. Just be here for a few more rounds of breath. Stay with that breath throughout your practice. If at any point this morning, thoughts of the day start creeping in, what you didn't do, what you need to do, come back to the breath. Stay in the moment. All right, one more big breath in. And a nice, slow exhalation out. You're going to walk fingertips back towards your legs. We'll come up into a tabletop. We'll remove the blanket off to the side. Use that throughout the practice. We'll just bring ourselves into alignment in a tabletop position. So we got the hips lined up over the knees, shoulders lined up over the wrists. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Press the tops of the feet into the ground. These will be our anchors. Taps here, wake it up as well. And we'll start to get some spinal movement here. Cat-cow, belly comes down, tail up, gaze up. Nice big breath in through the nose. Take your time, moving with the breath. Exhale, push the floor away so you remove any space in between those shoulder blades. Gaze comes down and in. Inhale up, tail up, belly down. And move with the rhythm of your breath. add on any other shapes that might feel good. I like to kind of do a few barrel rolls here with the core. So kind of drop the belly down, push the floor away, bring it up and around. Both directions if you're doing that. Maybe swing hips side to side, wag your tail a little bit. And just notice how the breath sort of changes as you change shape. You're looking back towards the heels, draw the breath into the side rib. Back to center. Take puppy pose. So we'll walk the fingertips out. We'll keep those hips lined up over the knee. Walk those fingertips forward. Begin to descend down the elbows and stretch out through the front of the chest, the pectorals. And just feel the shoulders start to release here. Nice big breath into the back. On the exhale, heart melts into the mat a little bit further. One more big breath here. And walk fingertips back in. Walk them back towards your knees. We're going to tuck the toes. Go ahead and slide that blanket around behind you. Prop it up underneath the heels. Bring yourself up into a little yogi squat crouch. Not like a full Malasana. We're just kind of up on the balls of the feet here, descending the heels down. If that's a little too much on the knees, you can come up into a forward fold or chair. We're just going to be here for a moment. Let's inhale the arms up, open up the chest a little bit. Nice big breath in. Exhale, palms to heart center. Maybe come up onto the balls of the feet a little bit more, balance, kind of squeezing the inner thighs in towards each other. Nice deep cooling breath in. Nice long exhale out through the nose. One more breath in. On the exhale, palms come down. Begin to bring the hips up, come off the blanket. Let's take a halfway lift. Thighs draw back. Crown reaches forward. Palms touch shins or thighs. Deep breath in here. Extend that torso out nice and long. So you can find just a little bit more extension through the crown. Nice full breath in. And on the exhale, we'll hinge at the hips and fold in. Bend and straighten the legs as much as you need to. Kind of playing around with drawing those thighs back, stretching out the backs of the hamstrings. Let's inhale, flatten out one more time. Find length, the torso, and exhale, hinge and fold. Go ahead and grab her opposite elbows. Draw the elbows down towards the mat. You find length in the back. And then just checking, are you holding any tension there in the neck, in the face, in the jaw? See what you can just let go. Take the big yes and no. Just letting gravity do its work here. One more big breath in. And one more big breath out. Inhale, begin to roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Get about halfway. We'll roll the shoulders back and open, fingertips out, left and right. And gently bring those palms up to touch. And then hips come slightly forward as you take a gentle back bend. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, draw that energy into the center of the body. And nestle the thumbs at the breastplate. Close the eyes here for a moment. Tadasana mountain pose. Fingertips can extend down towards the earth. Toes are spread nice and wide as you're rooting through those heels. Little draw up and into the kneecaps. Belly button slightly pulling back towards the spine. Opening through the chest, the clavicles. Round of the head reaching up. Nice long spine. And that breath flowing between these two opposing forces. What's rooting, what's reaching in the body, and where's that breath? Keep that ever present throughout our practice this morning. All right, wonderful. We'll begin our moon salutation. We're going to go ahead. So face towards me. Sorry if I left you hanging. Sometimes I close my eyes and I look over and like everyone's in a different, way different spot than I thought they were. So all good. All right, moon salutation. We're going to inhale, arms up overhead. We're going to go ahead and grab for elbows and just take a side body stretch. Extend the elbows out. If you can't get a hold of the elbows, you can just grab a hold of the wrists. Nice deep breath into the side ribs here. And let's take it back up. Inhale here. Exhale, second side. Rooting down through that opposite hip. Big breath in. Nice long exhalation out. Inhale, arms all the way up. Interlace palms. Press them up. Let's do that again. Find a little bit more length. Press out through those fingertips. Root down through that hip. Spin that top right elbow back a little bit. Maybe look up and under. And inhale up. And other side. Press out through the fingers, palms. Draw that left elbow back a little bit, open the chest. Deep breath in. Let it go. Inhale, arms back up. We'll step the feet open. We'll come into a goddess pose. We'll bring the heels in. Before you begin to sink down, we want to lengthen out through those thighs. Roll the shoulders back and open so the chest is nice and open. And then just a little inter or external rotation, rotating those thighs open a little bit more so you open up the front of the body and the pelvis. Palms to heart center. Maybe begin to sink down. A little sway side to side. Close the eyes. Deep breaths in. Deep breath out. Inhale the arm up, straighten the leg. Palms down through center. Exhale, squat down. One more time. Inhale it up. And exhale down again. Inhale back up. We'll turn the toes in, heels out. Open up with a big starfish pose. Hips come forward, maybe a little back bend here. Shoot those fingertips out. Nice big breath in. On the exhale, hinge forward, fold. Take it all the way down. Blocks here if you'd like. Underneath the face. Maybe you want to come to forearms. Maybe you want to walk the fingertips back through the legs and descend down a little bit more. Stretching out through the backs of the legs. Nice big breath right into the center of the back. Exhale, let it go. Palms back to the hips. Use your core strength to bring you up, not the weight of your head. Tip that neck. And we're going to set ourselves up for Trikonasana Triangle. We'll turn that front foot out to the side. Heel to arch alignment here. We're going to dip that hip, reach out, and then begin to stack shoulders up. So palm could be there on the shin and also be on a block on the outside. You really want to draw that top shoulder open so we're getting a nice opening through the chest. Nice, slow breath in. See if you can draw that exhale out, maybe 1 or 2 seconds longer than you inhale. And that'll just give you a little bit more space on that next inhale to find some opening in the chest. Little bend in that front knee if you need it. Take for one more breath. Go ahead and look down at that foot, the right foot. Drop all the way down into the both arms. Take your time here. Blocks available to bring the ground up towards you if you need it. And kind of inch that back foot back a little bit. Find some length in that back thigh. Drop down through the tail. Pop up through the chest. Maybe arms up and over. Palms at the knee, whatever feels good in that shape. Practice the arms, open the chest a little bit more. Gentle back bend here. Stay here for 2 rounds of breath. Deep breath in. Long exhale out. One more time. Palms come down, blocks off to the side. Tuck the back toe, pop that knee up, step the foot in a little bit. We're going to come into a pyramid. You're going to straighten out through that front leg. Make sure you're not walking on that tightrope. So you want those feet about hip-width distance apart. Options with the hands can come up to heart. Go reverse prayer. Grab for opposite forearm, elbows. Before you fold in over that leg, find some length in that torso. Reach the crown forward. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, descend down, fold in. Blocks available as well. Drawing the hips back, fold in over that. Nice full cycle of breath here. Come up on your inhale, sort of halfway, and maybe find a little bit more length as you fold in on the next exhale. Staying in our poses a little longer than when we're doing the sun salutation. Nice soothing stretch. Go ahead and bend into that front leg to release it. Turn back towards the front of the mat. Grab your blocks if you have them, and we're just going to rock back and forth into some side lunges here. So further down you go, obviously it's going to be a little bit more tense. So if your knees and hips are talking to you, you can be up nice and high. Otherwise, sinking down and in. Pop those toes up, press out through the heel. Maybe you want to add on to the chest, fold and up. Feel that shoulder back. That hip opener. Hamstring, chest, everything working. One more breath there. Low, bring yourself back up. And we're going to work that whole sequence over to the second side. So we're going to do the whole thing in reverse. Toes pop up, press out through the heel. Find some opening in the chest if you like. Arms come down. We'll go ahead and turn the body over to the left side. Coming into that pyramid pose, second side. Set yourself up with the feet, about the foot distance apart. Options with those arms. Back behind you, arm blocked, heart center. Whatever. And again, find that length in the torso. Reach that crown forward. And then melt down with that front leg. Hips drawing back. What's rooting, what's reaching in the body, and where is that flow? Let's take a full cycle of breath here. On your exhale, you bend into that front knee, drop down through the back leg. Inch that leg back, lengthen up to that thigh. Drop into the tail, open up to the chest. Low lunge, second side. Happy with the dog right there. Keep the fingertips up. Maybe you want to cactus the arms, squeeze them down the back. You're pinching those shoulder blades together, almost as if you're holding like a pencil in between them. The squeeze in of those inner thighs, kind of holding all that energy towards the center line of the body. Maybe there's a little shaking going on, which is good. And exhale, palms down. Pop that back leg up. Drop the back heel. Bringing ourselves up. kind of heel to arch alignment like we would do in Warrior Two, and we're going to come into that triangle Trikonasana. Dip that front hip, reach forward, and let the shoulders stack and come into alignment. Drawing that top shoulder back and open as much as you can. Open up the chest. Stay for another breath here. Bring yourself all the way back up. And take that star pose. Toes are in, heels are out. Open up the chest, fingertips nice and wide. Hips come slightly forward, little back bend here. Exhale, hinge all the way down. Forearms to blocks, head to the ground. Grab for the backs of the calves and thighs. Lots of options with the arms. Inversion, a nice cooling for the central nervous system. One more breath here. And again, core strength. You can bring palms to the fingertips to the hips. Use the core strength, not the weight of that head. Bring yourself up. Turn the heels in. Come back to that goddess squat. Sink down, lengthen through the tops of the thighs. Open the front of the body. Cactus the arms. Get in a little bit deeper. Take a little flow side to side. Squat a few plugs. Inhale up, heel toe back in, back where we started. Inhale, arms up overhead. Take a little side body stretch. This time maybe grab for the wrist and just give it a little gentle pull. Look up under that right elbow. Peel the chest open a little more. And back up. Let's take that to the other side. Nice big breath into the side ribs here. Inhale one more time up. Exhale, palms to heart center, close the eyes. Just let the heartbeat settle into the chest here. Turn to that rhythm of breath. Notice how the body feels. A little bit more open. Blink the eyes open. Let's go ahead and bring the hips out or the feet out a little bit wider than hip distance. We're going to come into Malasana. So if you know that's a little bit troublesome, maybe like to have a block here, coming down into that squat. And we really want to focus as we were like in that goddess, opening up the front side of the body. So options here with the arms. I just have the arms working on the inside of the thighs to open. Really want that chest open up nice and wide and tall here. So you can be here if you'd like. You can also bring the elbows to the inside, but again, roll the shoulders open and back. Find some opening in the front of the body, the pelvis. Deep breaths in. Maybe just picturing that full moon again, that cooling, calm, soothing in energy. Feel that root, that ground in your tail, that lift in your crown. What's rooting, what's reaching, and where's that from? One more full breath in. Let's full breath out. Palms come down. Heel toe back into center. Go ahead and move the block. Inhale, halfway lift, thighs back. Exhale, fold down again. Inhale, roll it all the way back up. Fingertips to touch, hips forward. Palms back to heart center. All right. We're going to work through that same sequence one more time. We're going to add on, maybe go just a little bit quicker from there. Inhale, arms up. Interlace palms, press them up and out. This time we're going to take the palms all the way around. Nice big full moon circle. And then back down the other direction. Step to that goddess pose. Go ahead and lengthen out through the thighs. This time let's take eagle arms. Take that left arm forward. Wrap the other arm underneath. Take the bind. Inhale, fingertips come up. Exhale, draw the elbows down and in. Big breath in here. If you'd like, maybe hinging, folding forward. That might be a little intense. Don't do it if it doesn't feel good. Take what you like, leave what you don't. Inhale, back up. Squat down one more time. Release the arms. Turn to the side. Trikonasana Triangle pose. Second time through. Reach, dip, and stack the shoulder. Big breath in here. If you'd like to add on maybe a revolve triangle, look down at that right foot. Rotate the left arm down. And twist the chest back the other direction. That would be pretty intense on that outer right hip. Twist it, go ahead and release, bring it back. We'll look down at that right foot. We'll go ahead and drop back in low lunge, second time. Tuck the toe. Inhale, bring it up. Palms to heart center. Let's take a twist here. Draw the elbow across the. Then press those heels of the hands together as you've got leverage to open and twist the shoulder. If that's a little too intense with the elbow, you can take a high twist as well. Stay with another breath. Go ahead and release. Palms come down. Pop the back knee up. Set yourself up. Pyramid pose. Palms to heart center. Reverse prayer. Grab the forearms, elbows. Inhale here. Lengthen through the torso and exhale forward. One more breath here. Go ahead and release the arm. We'll bend into that front knee. Let's take a standing split. So kind of walk that back foot in a little bit, bend into the front knee, then begin to pop that leg up and draw that forehead down towards the knee. That left hip's going to want to roll open, so draw the right or left hip down towards the mat, square the hips off. Take your time coming out of it. We'll turn back to center. Let's take an inhale, halfway lift. And an exhale, fold down. Go ahead and turn towards the opposite side of the mat. We're going to work that same sequence in reverse. So pyramid pose first. Options there with the arm. Rolled in over that front leg. Drawing those hips back. One more breath. Bend into that front leg. Come up into that standing splits. Checking with that hip if it's rolling open. Drop down and square it off. Lower down to the back leg. Back knee comes down. Low lunge. Second side. Big breath in. Palms to heart center. Let's take the twist. Inhale first. Exhale, elbow across. Press into those palms. Got leverage to open the chest. Maybe lift the leg up shoulder. Face back to center. Palms down. Back knees coming up. Set yourself up, coming up. Heel to arch alignment. Triangle pose. Reach forward, dip that front hip. Extend the arm, stack the shoulder. Option if you'd like to add on. First triangle. Top arm comes down. Back on top of the back. One more breath in. Exhale, back down. Turn back towards the center. Toes in, heels out. Take that starfish pose. Dip slightly forward, big breath. Exhale. Bring the heels back in. Lengthen through those thighs. We'll come back into that goddess squat. Maybe lowering down the shoulder. Open up the hips a little bit more. Move with the breath. One more time. Back up. Heel toe back into center. Inhale up. Interlace palms, press it up and out. Let's take that circle one more time. Press it all the way down and around. Take your time. Big breath at the top. Exhale, back through. And let those palms slide back down to the heart. Gaze comes down and in. Pause here for a few cycles of breath. Let that heartbeat settle back into the chest. Connect with that rhythm of breath. Wonderful. Blink the eyes open. Let's shake it all out. Everybody doing good? Good. Ooh, got a little warm, dude. A little quick time check. Yeah, readjust as you need to. What happened? All right, we're gonna go ahead and come down onto our belly. Keep your blanket handy. We're gonna use that in a moment. All the way down to the belly. Take a moment here and shimmy yourself back and forth. Wiggle out the hips and lengthen back through the legs. So kind of reach the toes back and rock back and forth on the hips. Find some length in the top of the thigh. And then we're going to go ahead and take the left arm out to a T. We're going to bring the right arm under the right shoulder, and we're just going to roll ourselves back. Take that top leg, right leg. It's going to be back behind the left leg. Pressing the floor away with that left hand, the right hand. To get into that shoulder. Nice full breath right into the front of that shoulder. Go ahead and release, roll it back over. Take it to the second side. Right arm to a T. Left arm underneath left shoulder. Roll it back open. So you're bringing that left heel behind the right arm. Nice big breath into that right shoulder head. Soften on the exhale. And go ahead and release back to center. All right, kind of grab a hold of your blanket here. If you've never used a blanket when you're doing back bends, it's really, really nice. Now, everybody's body shape is a little bit different, obviously. You'll need to adjust it for wherever it feels most comfortable. It can be right there on the belly, right underneath the lower ribs. It can be a little bit more towards the center of chest, kind of under the breastplate. But what we're trying to do is just give a little bit of lift here in the front side of the body, so when we get into some of these back bends, Even if you're super bendy, it's a really nice support. So then lower the head down. You can stack palms one on top of one of another. Take a nice full breath into the low back here. Start to draw your awareness and focus to that low back. We're always worried about working out our core, our six pack, and we forget about the back side of the core. All right, we're going to bring palms underneath the shoulders, squeeze those elbows in, and then begin to press yourself up. Just taking a low cobra here, just get warmed up. Squeeze those elbows in towards the ribs, press into the floor, and then find some lift in your chest. Feel that low back start to fire up easily. Reaching back to those toes, the tops of the feet, those are the ankles here. Deep breath into the low back. On exhale, we'll let it go. Stack palms, turn the opposite way. Pause here for a moment. Let the belly go soft. Feel your back rise on that inhale. Fill up. And melt down to your exhale. All right, head comes back towards center. This time, same thing if you'd like to work that cobra. Otherwise, roll shoulders up and back, reach fingertips back towards the feet. Kind of swing yourself a little side to side. Find that lift in the front side of the body. Reach back. A little squeeze in of those inner thighs. Maybe you want to add the legs, pop it up. Squeeze the thighs together. Nice big breath. Maybe arms come out to the T, airplane arms, open up a little deeper. And exhale, let it go, palms back down. Go ahead and bend the knees. Bring the knees out towards the edge of the mat, and then just windshield wiper side to side, release that low back. Circle them out, whatever feels good. All right. Last time through, we're going to take it into a bowl pose if you like. Otherwise, take that same cobra. You can also come into a sphinx by bringing those elbows underneath the shoulders. So if you're ready, roll shoulders back, reach back so you can grab a hold of those shoulders. And then before you come up, a little squeeze into those knees. Draw the shoulders back and pick up on the hands. That little lift there. Maybe a little deeper back than normal without that point. Hold here for another breath. Smile, breathe. Yoga. Don't let your legs slingshot out. Let them go nice and easy. Lower them back down. Arms down. Push yourself up. Bend the knee. We'll take a small child's pose. Knees together. Slide the arms back alongside the legs. You can grab to your heels. A nice counter to the back bend you're doing. Big breath in the center of the back here. Arms go ahead and release, bring in front of the face. We'll just come over on the hips, slide yourself back around to the front. Bring that blanket back behind us. A little seated series. Use that for a little lift in the hips. And take some time here, shimmy back and forth, get in front of those sit bones. Sitting back, not folding anywhere. So kind of work your way back and forth. About the flesh towards the backs of the legs, and then press out through the heels, send down to the backs of the thighs. Those toes drawn back towards you. Keep those knees nice and protected. And inhale, find some length in that torso. I like to kind of think of those bendy straws that extend out. So find some length, reach up, press out through the heels. Nice full breath in. Begin to hinge forward, reach with those fingertips, the crown of the head. Begin to fold down and in. On your next inhale, maybe come up halfway, bring the chin forward. Find maybe a 1/4 inch or 2, 1/8 of an inch. And exhale, melt, fold. Grabbing for, you can get a hold of the feet, the tops of the shoes. Nice big breath right into the center of the back. Walk fingertips back in. Go ahead and slide that left heel in towards the inner thigh. Press out through that right foot. Inhale, find length. And exhale and turn over to the left. Bring that right arm to the inside of that thigh. Thigh, calf, maybe you're reaching for that big toe. We're going to peel that left shoulder back, open the chest, maybe send the fingers out. And take that arm up and over. Feeling a little tight in that top shoulder. You can bring the arm in front of the face, kind of gets in front of that little hinge in the shoulder joint, and then descend and fold. That right elbow back a little bit, find a little bit more space in front of the body. Back up. Inhale here. We're going to turn the chest over the front leg. Exhale, melt forward. We're going to deepen that stretch a little bit more. Reach for the outer edge of that right foot. About halfway, find a little breath. Exhale, hinge and fold, twisting a little bit on that fold. One more breath here. Let it go. Fingertips back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, we're going to twist back, bring that left arm back behind you, roll to the inside of that foot. Lift it up. Nice big breath in. Exhale. Right, extend legs back out. A little shake out here. Same series, second side. Time check. All right. Go ahead and draw that heel in. Press out to the left heel. Inhale it up. Exhale, we're going to twist open the chest, open that inner thigh. Use that leverage on the left hand, and twist the body open, and then begin to slide that hand down the leg. Grab for whatever you get a hold of, or just have it pressed against the back of the leg. Open up to the right arm, take it up and over. As I mentioned, if it's kind of hung up on the side, move. Feel that left elbow back a little bit more. One more breath. Back to center. Find length. Shoulders line up over the breastplate, lines up over that front leg, and exhale. Option for that twist if you want to take it. One more big breath here. Out in on the exhale. Help arms back up. Push back open. Got shoulder back behind you. Down, roll to the inside of that front leg. Lift up. Down. Legs back to center. Let it go. Go ahead and grab that blanket. So open your blanket up lengthways. We're just going to roll this into like a long little burrito. have some that looks like that. Make sure it's the longest way, so you're not doing it the short way. Make sure it's like fringe down. Yeah, you can do that too, John. Whatever. You just want to have a nice long little burrito here. We're going to use this as a help us do a little bind. Here, this is the way this way. Sherry's got it. All right, we're coming into Badakanasana. So heels together, soles of the feet together. And then you're just going to take that blanket, place it over the legs, and then pop those ends up. So hopefully, if this is long enough, you should be able to pull the ends here to the center. And then just draw those up kind of in towards the heels. Johnny's is bigger than everyone. All right. Heels come in. It's just so, is everybody okay? Okay. Heels come in. Nice of you to notice. Open up through the chest. You should feel a nice little support here on that pelvis and those legs. You can grab for big toes with peace fingers. You can grab for the little ends that are coming up through. You can grab for outer shin bones. Roll shoulders up and back, and then tilt the pelvis up and forward so you open up the chest a little bit more. So just find some stillness with the breath here. Last week, we were really focused on lengthening and opening those inner thighs. We're doing a lot of that lately. The inner thighs are really connected to everything in the body, that pelvic floor, that low back. So opening those up, give us a little bit more sensation in the breath. Calming and soothing that central nervous system. Stretching out that psoas muscle. Return to that image of the full moon in your mind's eye. Soothing, feminine, in. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. When you get to the bottom of your exhale, squeeze those lower ribs down and in a little bit more. Kind of make sure that you're wringing out a sponge gradually and softly. Then on that next inhale, just draw it out nice and slow. The longest inhale you've taken all day. Keep the lung tissue soft. A nice slow exhale out through the nose. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Feel that grounding all the way down through the tail. Where it supports the whole breath. Go ahead and release. Untangle yourself. That off to the side. Go ahead and fold your blanket back up. We're going to use it one more time on our backs. Something like that. Put that off to the side. Then we'll go ahead and bring it down to the back. As a block stand, you would like, we'll come into a bridge series. We'll begin to draw the heels in towards the glutes. As much as you can. So feet in. Thighs are coming together. Palms down to the ground. And then press into those heels as you lift up through the hips. Maybe you want to grab a block. Slide that right underneath the sacrum. Be on the lowest setting, second setting, maybe even the high setting, depending upon how open the front side of the body. Lower the sacrum down onto the block. Feel a nice release in the low back. Feel any pinching, please remove that. Come back down. And then we'll work through a little series here. So heels back towards the glutes. Hips come up, maybe add the arms up overhead or palms can still be down. And then a little squeeze in of those inner thighs. Big breath here. Exhale, hands back down. If they're up overhead, lower back onto the block. And just work with the rhythm of breath. Hips up, arms overhead, open the shoulders. Exhale down. Let it go. One more time. Come back down. If it's okay on the low back, you can walk the heels out. This back's going to let you know right away if this is not good. If you feel any pinching, get out of it. So you can be on those various settings, the lowest setting, and then flex and point the toes or knees through the low back. Big breath in. Nice long breath out. Bring your heels back in. If the block's there, go ahead and hips up, release that. And then draw the knees into the chest. Tailbone's going to want to pop up. Draw the tailbone down. Make some contact with the sacrum. And squeeze the thighs in towards the ribs. Maybe you want to bring the nose up into the knees. Rock side to side. Head back down. Keep that right knee squeezed into the chest. We'll extend that left leg long. Right arm out to a T. Then begin to draw that left knee across the body. Keep those shoulders down as much as you can. Options here, you can put a block there underneath that left knee if you'd like. Hips are kind of tight. And then options here to add on a little bit. If you'd like to look over that right shoulder. Maybe you want to extend out through that heel on the top of the leg. That'll give you a little bit more deeper twist in that back. Inhale, I like to back off a little bit of the twist, and then that exhale, twisting a little deeper, wringing out that sponge, soften the lung tissue. One more breath here. Go ahead and release. Let's bring the hips back to center. Get yourself organized. Knees back up into the chest. Tailbone drops down. Extend through the right leg. Left arm to a T. Drawing that right knee across the body. Shoulders down. Pause on your inhale, kind of back off a little bit, fill up. Gently twist deeper. Back on that exhale. Add the gaze, extend the leg if you want to add on a little deeper twist. One more breath here. Back to center. Go ahead and grab for your blanket. Slide that right underneath the tail. Kind of right underneath the low back point. You might need to adjust here. We're going to do legs up the wall, out a wall. Ronnie, we're going to press out through the heels. You might need to sort of wiggle back and forth and adjust for where that blanket is best suited to support that low back. Press out through the heels and you grab the backs of the thighs as you straighten the leg. And then flex the toes and draw the toes back down towards you. Press the heels out to the sky. And then options with the arms. You can hold onto the backs of the legs. Maybe inhale the arms up and open. Soften the belly. Deep breath in. Nice slow exhale out. Beautiful. 2 more rounds of breath. Take your time. Maybe you want to let the legs start to open up wide. You grab for the backs of the thighs. Press out through those heels. Deep breath into the pelvis. Legs wide. Go ahead and bring it back to center. Lower the heels down. Remove the blanket. Let's take a Malasana happy baby here. Let the knees go wide. Reach for the outer edges of the feet or grab the big toes with these fingers. And then that tailbone, again, is going to want to pop up. So draw that tailbone down towards the earth. Find that connection point with the lower back and sacrum. And then draw the knees towards the armpits. Open up to the pelvis. Flex the feet. Maybe a little rock side to side. A little Buddha smile doesn't hurt. One more inhale here. And exhale, we'll go ahead and release. Options for Shavasana. If the bugs are eating you alive, put something over the face, cover up with a blanket, extend legs long. If it's just driving you crazy, you can't find anything to suit, come up with a comfortable sitting up. Otherwise, find your shape. If you're on your back, just let those heels fall open, kind of like a hook. Feel that opening travel up through the legs, into the hips, pelvis. Then just do a full body scan here before you fully settle in. Oh, I can hear myself. Just do a full body scan. See if you're holding any tension in the body. Check in with the face. Release that crease in the brow. Unhinge and wiggle the jaw side to side. Soften the throat. See if you're holding any tension or squeezing the kneecaps. Just let them go, release, soften the belly. Nothing left to do, but just find some stillness, quiet in the mind, and enjoy the benefits of your practice here. Stay with that soft rhythm of breath. Feel that rhythm of life pulsing through you. That cooling in feminine energy. And just surrender to it. Let it soothe your body, your mind, your soul. Allow me to call you back in a few minutes. Let's gently begin to deepen the breath. Softly welcoming sensation back into the body with wiggling of fingers and toes. Raise the eyebrows, moisten the lips. Let's take a full body stretch. Slide those ankles towards each other. Flex the feet. Point the toes down. Slide those arms up over the head. Nice full body stretch. Nice, slow, deep inhale here. Let that go with a nice long exhalation. The knees back up into the chest. Maybe the nose up into the knees. Give yourself a final little squeeze here. And rock yourself off to one side. Like to pause there in that embryo pose. Feel that connection point with hand to earth. And when you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seat. Keep that gaze soft or maybe eyes closed. End our practice here in easy seat Sukhasana. Just feel the body come into alignment. The heart line up, the head line up over the heart. The heart line up over the hips. Feel that ground support through the tail. Find length in the spine as that crown lifts up to the sky. breath uniting these two opposing forces. Union, the yoga. Let's do a final little bit of observation in this moment. Temperature on your skin. Sensations around you. Connection points of body to earth. Sounds of life around us. Just take a moment here and just remove all labels of self, ego, I. And just be part of this moment as a single entity. Find some union, find the yoga. Take a deep breath in. Take this feeling with you off the mat into your day. Calm, cooling energy is there whenever you need to tap into. Let's inhale those arms out to sides, fingertips up to touch. And bringing that energy down into the heart center. Bow to this wonderful ancient practice. This wonderful urban yoga community we're all part of. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. From my heart to yours. Namaste. And open your eyes and acknowledge your fellow yogis. Everyone have a wonderful day. Great to see you all. Take care.